Masters. Today we're doing a board repair right here. I'll just zoom in on that thing. Basically when water base sometimes gets into the windshake boards or a knot hole or something, you'll notice that it pops up. Easy way to fix this is with a scraper, a knife, tape and fill, and then also use our heat gun to make everything go faster. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is identify where you need to get rid of the board. So wait, right here. So we'll see if this will work for us. You'll see that it literally just slices away right there like that. And you can see the water base is right there underneath it. So what I do is I cut it away, and if I have to, cut it away with my scraper. So what you're going to want to do is cut enough away that the edge is flat with the other edge. So you want to cut it at an angle so you can get the fill to make an easy, soft edge. Okay, so there's hardwood right there. So we'll cut it that way. So cut both sides, cut all this crap out. Anything that's going to be a nice little edge there you don't want. So I feel it and I can feel the edge. So I'm going to take my scraper and just lightly scrape away the outer edge. Don't want too crazy, just a little bit. So you want to pillow that edge, basically is what we're doing. Imagine that, pillowing the edge. So pillowing that edge. Okay, that's all going good now. So get there, feel it. Feel there's a little bit more right here I need to get off. Pill it a little bit more. Now you have this gaping hole. It's gonna look awful, blah, blah, blah. Luckily on this board it's red oak, but luckily it's like a walnut color. So I can get my walnut fill. Before I do that, what I do like to do to make this all super easy, I don't need any towels afterwards or anything like that. Put tape down around it to make it so I don't have to worry about taking too much of this fill off. And the reason I don't use like Color Ride or any of that stuff is because it usually mars the finish a little bit. And I find that Woodwise does not do that for the most part. So I'm just getting the edges, probably 90% of it, maybe 85. Just enough to make it so I don't have to worry about taking off the fill, because it's more annoying to deal with the fill than anything else. Okay. So you can see I got most of it there. Then I'll get my fill. Put it in there. Pack it in. Perfect. Get rid of the excess. Perfect. Then what I'll do is I'll leave some right there. And then what I'll do, turn on my little heat gun. It's a Wagner. Nothing crazy. Put it on my high setting and just dry this fill out. And then get it enough where it's dry a little bit. Take this, put it up here. Get my tape off. So you can see I have almost no fill left over. Right there. So it's only in the crack. Take my heat gun. It'll dry this fill out really quickly. You can see it changing. make sure you're not getting it too hot. So I'll do this for about 3 or 4 minutes. So I got it heated up. It's pretty much hard now. So you can see that it's filling in, but there's a gap there. So I'm going to re-tape everything. The reason I tape everything is honestly because using a towel to clean off everything, you just lose so much fill in there. That's really annoying. So this makes it a lot easier for cleanup and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put another coat of stuff in there. Nice and thick. Perfect. Take my tape, pull it up. You can see it's back to the same size. Take this thing back to high and do this for another 2 or 3 minutes. So when you're drawing the fill, sometimes you can notice there's a ring right here of wet fill still. I take my little razor blade and kind of poke a little few holes. That way the heat can get into there faster, and then you can keep on curing. This base built up, everything's good. You can see there's a lip here now because of how much we put on there. So what I do is I easily take my scraper, and I'm just going lightly, just taking off enough to get it nice and smooth. I mean, you can still feel a little hump right here from the wood underneath, but that's not moving. But they got affected by the water. But very smooth compared to what it was before, and I'm pillaring the edges so no one knows that it's here. Okay, so that's what we do for that. Nope. All right, so after you scrape with the scraper, then what you're gonna do is want to take this 220. I use it for buffing, which is from Norton. It's very fine. And you're going to want to just pillow those edges just a little bit more. And even just a little bit around it so the new finish is going to adhere to it. Now I'm not taking it very much off, I'm just trying to make it a little bit right there. So there we go like that. Now that that's good, I just wipe everything off. Feel it again. Oh, there's a little edge right here from the thing, but not too bad. Then I just dip my, we're using UV today, but if you're using water-based, just mix up your 10:1 ratio, make sure it's the same look. Dip it in, nothing too crazy. Get it nice and light, and just paint it on around the area to make it look like the board as such. That. Now if you want to, we also have a video on making this so it looks more like the board. What we use is stain pens to make it look better. But on this board it's pretty much a walnut color anyways, but if it happened over here, we have another video that you can get below to make that look better too. Say this came out over here, we have a video to stain it and make it look good without the repair kit that they sell. Just some stain pens from Home Depot and you're good to go. But yeah, so just to recap, what you want to do is tear it out, the bad part, pillow the edges, put the fill in, heat the fill up, and then once it's filled, just use your scraper to scrape it down to make it perfectly smooth, and then use your 220 after that, and then put a little finish on there so it sticks in. And good for years to come. Alright, thank you, Sal, for